If you have a new Android phone, you would see that Gboard, the inbuilt keyboard application, is not amongst your installed or factory applications icons. In this video, I am going to show you how to enable it on your Android phone and how to customize your keyboard. Let me show you what my keyboard currently looks like. So when I open messages and start a new chat, and you can see what my keyboard currently looks like, and I'm going to customize it. So watch through to the end of this video and follow along so that you can also learn how to customize yours. So the first thing you want to do is open your settings on your phone. Then under settings, you want to scroll down all the way to where we have system. So click on system. Under system, you want to click on languages and inputs. Actually, the interface of settings might be different depending on the Android phone you are using, but it's all the same process, so just follow along. So clicking on languages and inputs, you can see we have languages. Then under that, we have keyboard and inputs, and we have virtual keyboard, we have physical keyboard. So what you want to click on is virtual keyboard. So you click on virtual keyboard. Then under virtual keyboard, you can see we have Gboard. It's actually a Google product which comes with every Android phone. So we want to click on Gboard. We can see it says multilingual typing, which means Gboard allows you to type in different languages around the world. And I'll show you how and that in this video. So we'll click on Gboard. Then now under Gboard, we can see the settings of Gboard. But before that, we want to enable the Gboard icons amongst our other icons so that when we want to come back and edit our keyboard, we don't have to follow all this process, but just go straight to the icon. Okay, so what you want to do is go to where we have advanced. So you click on advanced. Then under advanced, you can see these different methods. So you want to look at show app icon. So yes, it was display application icon in the launcher. You can see it's currently turned off. That's how it comes pre-installed. So what you want to do is turn it on to display the application icon in our launcher. So now when I go back, when I close settings and I go to all my applications, you can now see I currently have Gboard amongst the icons. So I can just click on Gboard from this place to continue with the editing. So what we've gotten to is how to enable Gboard onto our Android phone. So now we are left with how to edit our keyboard using the Gboard application. So we'll click on Gboard's icon, which is now amongst our launcher. Then there we can see the same thing we saw under settings. We can see that same thing in the Gboard application. So the first we want to do is languages. We want to choose the languages for our keyboard. You can see currently I'm signed into English language, which is the US English and United Kingdom English. Let's say you want to add any other keyboard. You want to click on the add keyboard at the bottom. So I'll click on add keyboard. And now I'll choose among any language. You can see you can choose among any language in the world, even a country which has multiple languages. So as I'm in Ghana, we have so many languages like Dagbani, Fante, Akan. So I want to add the Akan language to my keyboard. So Akan is a very popular language here in Ghana. So I'll click on Akan. Then here you can see the different types of keyboards. We can choose between the QWERTY, the QWERTY, the AZERTY, but I'll leave it set to what Akan. So Akan. And I'll click on done. So now you can see I've currently added the Akan language to my keyboard. So that is basically it all for the languages. So we want to move back to where we have preferences. At our preferences, you can choose from different things. The first one is what number row. So it says well, always show number row in QWERTY, QWERTY, AZERTY layout. So when you turn this off, your keyboard won't show the numbers. So let's experiment this by going back to messages. Then under message, you can see now our keyboard is not showing at the top there. But when I turn it on and I move back to messages, you can now see the numbers at the top. So you can easily type the number without having to long press or move into this numbers section. So we'll continue with what the show emoji switch key. So when emoji switch key is enabled, the language switch key cannot be shown. So when I turn on show emoji switch key, I'll not be able to switch between languages. I'll only be able to access emojis. So let's see what it looks like. So click on that, you can see the emoji sign at the bottom there by the space, but when I click on it, I can choose between different emojis. But I want to turn that on so that our show language switch key will be enabled. So when I go back to messages, you can see this globe by the space bar where first the emoji was. So when I click on that, I can switch between any language. So let's say I want to switch the United Kingdom English, or you see I'm currently set to Akan. So you can long press where you see the different languages and you select. So I'm currently using the Akan language. So I'll set it back towards the United States English. Then we'll move back. You also want to make sure voice input key is enabled. So here you can see this small microphone arrow by the suggestions. You need to be connected to the internet to be able to use this feature. So you speak the word into the phone and the phone types it for you. So let's go back. Then you want to customize the keyboard height. So you can see currently set to normal. When I set it to OK, to short, and I move back, you can see it has reduced the height of the keyboard. When I also move it to tall and click on OK, you can see it will make the keyboard very long. But I think I'll leave it on normal. Then we have sound on key press. When you click on sound, when you turn it on, when you are typing anything on the keyboard, you see it produces some sounds. But one disclaimer or one thing you want to know is that it takes up a lot of battery. So I recommend you taking it off so that you will not use a lot of battery. So that's basically all for this section. So under now, where the most important part I want to show you is the theme, where we are coming to actually do the editing, like what you are currently seeing on your screen. So this is the point. I'll show you how to change the background of your keyboard, add some borders and other stuffs. So click on theme. Then under theme, you can see our the default one is the white background. I can change it to black. When I change to black and move back to messages, you can see what it looks like. It makes our keyboard black. By this one, what we want to add our own customized theme. So what we want to do is click on my themes. Then under my themes, you want to choose the image you want to use for that. So for me, I'll use our channel's logo, the transparent background logo. So you can see Becotech TV. So I'll pinch to scale. So I'll pinch it down to make it smaller. I can pinch it like apart to make it longer. But I'll move it shorter and I'll position it a little bit centered and click on next. Now under next, you can adjust the brightness of your background. So when I increase it, you can see to make the background increase, but I'll reduce it so that I can also see the keyboard, the keys, and at the same time see the background I've used, which is the channel logo. So I'll leave it to about 43% and click on done. When you click on done, it will open this feature where you can add keyboards to your key. You can add borders to your keyboard, but I'll leave it off. Then I'll click on apply. So now that's the theme of our keyboard currently. So when I move back to messages again, you can see what it looks like. You can see the logo has now been used as a background of the image. So that is it for the theme section. So I'll move back to text correction. And that text correction, you can see show suggestion strip. So when I turn it off, and let's say I'm typing something, you can see I don't get any suggestions. But when I turn it on again, and now let's say I'm typing something like, let's say TH, you can see it's giving suggestions of what I might be typing. So that's what it basically does. So you can see it's a block offensive words. So maybe if you are trying to type an offensive word, the suggestion strip will not give you any potential offensive words. That's basically all for this. So what we want to do is now go back and we'll move to the glide typing. So you can see it is enabled. So I can type by just gliding on the keyboard. So let's see. You can see. And you can see. But you can also turn it off. But I'll leave it on. Then under dictionary, you can add your own personal dictionary to words that maybe it's not part of the English dictionary. So I'll click on English US. Then my name is not an English, my surname is not an English word. So I'll click on plus and type the word So I'll type my surname. Then the shortcut. So for the shortcut, I'll use BUE. Then click on the check button on the keyboard and move back. So now when I move back to messages and you see if I type BUE, you can see it will give me my surname because I've typed the suggestion or the shortcut of my surname. So that's what basically the dictionary also does. So you can play around with the dictionary. Then for search, there's nothing important there. You can just say show search and more button. So yeah, maybe you can search for any word. Maybe someone has sent you a text you didn't understand. You can just click on this Google icon and you can search for that word. You also have the translate. You also have this edit, this palette icon where you can do some basic editing, which I'll do in a different video. Then an advanced is what we also saw in the settings. So that's basically all for this video. If you learned something new, like this video, subscribe if you haven't done so. Let me also know what other video you want me to make. See you next time. Peace out.